I am now recording. All right, so this might be a little different approach than anyone has heard before about recruiting, but I've been doing a lot of thinking about recruiting, reflecting, talking to people inside of our team, outside of our team, and I feel like this is the best way to present it to you, and that is that recruiting is really a bunch of layers. There's not one thing that is going to make you successful, but there's going to be many elements to that. And before I get too far into this, team managers, if you could help field questions that come up on the chat, that would be great. And if anybody needs to get a hold of me, y'all, like, Monica, shut up and stop talking because I'm not going to hear that. Can you please just send me a text message? I have my phone right in front of me, and that'll pop up. So do not send me a Facebook message. Send me a text message. So if you're hearing boops, that is because people are coming into, every time we get a new person added, there's a boop. This will stop happening when 100 people come in, though, because that's all we have room for. Okay, so I would just like to share a little bit about the title, how to recruit and keep recruiting, okay? Recruiting is not something that happens one time or 2 times or 3 times. If you are on this call tonight, then I anticipate that you are serious about your business and you want to take it as far as you can and make as much money as you can. And because of that, I'm going to assume that you want to keep recruiting, okay? And if you do not keep recruiting, then you are not going to sustain your business. That's the facts, Jack. You cannot change that. Okay, so once you accept that recruiting is something you will always be doing, then that's going to make your life a lot easier. Quit thinking about it as something that's hard, that you can't do. Don't do that to yourself. You can do this. Now, I think the myth that we all fall into is that you're going to recruit somebody every month. That's not the case. Last month, I did not recruit anybody. But this month, I have the opportunity to recruit 4 people. As long as your averages are in the 1 to 2 a month range, that's what counts. It's okay if you have a drought. Don't worry about that. We're going to talk about always having your lead field full, though. Okay? I also wanted to share that I, like you, get freaked out about recruiting sometimes, and that's why I continuously feel like I need to go and learn more about it so I can share it with you. But at the end of the day, it really does come down to these 5 different levels, and no matter how you're recruiting, if you're doing it consistently, you are you're recruiting within this ball. So let's just go to the presentation here, maybe, and go to the facts. This is why we keep recruiting, and this is why you have to make it part of your business. And don't get intimidated by it. The facts are that 1/4 of your team works consistently, and that is awesome, and that is true. 1/4 of your team you always are going to be able to count on. They're going to be an active leg for you. They're going to be a lead consultant for you. They are going to bring in 1,000 PRV. You know, whatever that is, you're all, whether you're starting fresh or you've been in this for 2 years, you know what I'm talking about if you have a team. For those of you who don't, this is what you're looking at. And that's good. Statistics are good. Statistics are safe, and they can tell you if you're doing things right. So if you happen to have recruited 10 people on your front line and 7 of them are active, you are doing better statistically. So that's a good thing. If only 4 of them are working, then, well, of course, that doesn't work as well with the 10, but you can see that you're still doing better because it's better than 1/4. All right, so 1/4 of your team has never worked. I'm not going to lie. You're going to bring people on, and they're never, ever going to work. You're going to have people sign onto your team, and they will never answer your phone call, and they will never sell $1. And that's okay. 1/4 of your team is quitting. That means they've done something, but they're not now, and they want to be done. and that's okay. Statistically speaking, it's going to happen. And then 1/4 of your team is working occasionally. Okay, so that's why you want to recruit, because if you're recruiting 4 new people a month, you do not need to, but let's just use numbers. If you're recruiting 4 new people a month, then statistically speaking, you'll be growing, because you'll not only be replacing, but you'll also be adding to that core of people who work consistently. And that's what you want to do. That's why you want to keep recruiting. Also, statistically speaking, people who build a team stay around longer. And that is because you're there helping somebody else, and you're just less likely to quit when you know somebody else is depending on you. So those are the facts. Before we get moving, I wanted you to understand them. The other thing is you need a system to track your leads. If you do not have one, get one. You can do something as easy as a notebook. I actually keep it all in my head, and I suggest that you never do that, because I do not follow up with people every month, and I think that's why I get scared. Now, when I sit down and I take the time to think about it, I can think about the people who are on my lead list, but I'm sure I'm missing people whenever I do that. Now, a long time ago, my mentor told me to get a notebook, and because I want to live what I'm preaching, I went and I finally got the notebook. And you can just get a spiral notebook. I happen to get something that inspires me, and I got something that says "Believe you can," and you're halfway there. And I'm a big believer in believing you can do it, and that really does take you halfway there. So, but you can just have literally, this is something else I've used. There's actually leads written in this. It's not as organized as I want it to be. So, oh, I didn't even know that was the Wonder Woman thing. That's funny. Anyway, so there's a Wonder Woman thing. But the thing is, there's also pictures that my children have drawn in here. So, oh look, here's a lead list. Anyway, so I just suggest getting somewhere to keep up with that. It can be separated out by date. It can be separated out by name, an Excel spreadsheet, file folders, index cards, whatever you have to do, start it tonight. Okay, you can always switch it up and change it up later, but you're going to need it tonight because we're going to do some exercises. A CRM tool down here at the bottom is a customer resource management. So basically any way to organize a customer base. That's what CRM means. I'm sorry, I'm used to that word from my other day job. All right, so we'll get back to the layers. So the first layer is vision, and I'm going to tell you that you're never going to be good at recruiting if you don't believe that you're in this for the long haul. Okay? If you're just trying to scrape by month to month, that's not going to work for you. You need to have some vision. So what I want you to do is make a list, a goal list for this month, next month, 6 months from now or conference, and for the year. And that's really quick. If you have a piece of paper right now, just jot that out. What do I want to do this month? And the easiest way to come up with a fast goal is just say, what rank do I want to be? And then the rank very easily helps you fill in all those other gaps. You know, if you need to have 700 PRV to be a team manager, then that means maybe that you need to have 3 to 4 parties. See how that works? So always an easy way to help you figure out what your goals are is just start at rank and then see what those ranks need. And then you can fill in the gaps. So look at your business more than this month. If you're in your fast start, don't look at your business as your first fast start. You need to be looking into your triple fast start already. Okay? If you're ending your triple fast start, you need to be looking at the next rank, at the next level. Okay? You need to be looking at what's beyond where you're at right now, and that is going to help you too. I promise you the vision is going to help you probably more than anything else I'm going to talk about tonight. And honestly, do you believe in this opportunity? Because what you're going to be doing is talking to other people about how amazing this opportunity is, and if you don't believe that, then it's not going to come across to them that you believe it. Okay? So do you believe the sky is the limit? And Here's the hard part. Do you believe that it's your comfort zones, your fears, your work ethic, and your stamina are your biggest obstacles? Not that wraps won't stay on. Not that nobody in your town will host a party. Not that you live in a small town and nobody. Not that you don't have enough money to buy business cards. What's actually going to get in your way are your comfort zones, your fears, your work ethic, your stamina. And you can control all of that, okay? So if you will understand that is where your obstacles lie, then that's going to help out a lot too, okay? Recruiting has a lot to do with comfort zone and fears. So on to the next one, unless anybody has any questions about that. Okay, I'll move on. So the next is sharing. And I think that it's deeper in the level because it is deep. When I realized this, I was 6 months in. I had already recruited, I don't know, 7 frontline. So nothing big. Maybe it was 8. I don't know. But it wasn't a whole lot. It was 1 a month. So what I'm saying is it's nothing that was winning awards. So I heard someone say that it's about sharing. It's about what Jamberry can give to somebody else. And I reflected, and in those 6 months I thought about everything it had given me and what I had seen it give other people on my team. And I thought, this is my own personal take on it, personally, how I felt at the time. How could I be so selfish as to not share this with other people? It is an amazing opportunity, and I'm just going to keep it on the inside because I'm afraid that they won't want it. But when I saw it as this amazing opportunity that could give to others instead of just give to me, then when I shared with others, they could see that in me. They could see how genuine I was about it. Here's things that the Jamberry opportunity can give people, and I have seen it give people. Financial freedom. I think we all understand what that means. Flexible schedule. Maybe somebody is tired of working 9 to 5, or they're tired of working 3rd shift, or they're tired of just being told when to work. And they could use the extra money, and they could have a flexible schedule doing it. They could gain friendships from this, like myself. I mean, you just heard me say I don't even like to get out of the house on Wednesdays. But Jamberry has really forced me to just still get out there because I know there's lots of opportunity out there. And through seeking opportunities, I've actually found friendships. And recognition. So many women do not get recognized on a daily basis in their household, at their job, from other loved ones. And Jamberry and being on our team and you sponsoring them could give them recognition that they've never had before. There's somebody in our upline who she got a trophy at conference, and while I have gotten many trophies over time through athletics, that was the very first trophy she had ever gotten in her entire life, and she was 30 years old, and that trophy was so special. That moment touched me a lot because that moment gave her more than anything. She was starving for something like that, and Jamberry gave it to her, and that's pretty phenomenal. And then there is the personal growth and self-esteem, which I feel like for me, it's given me so much personal growth and self-esteem that I want to share that with everybody. If everybody could feel as good as this, it would be great. Now, of course, it's not just because Jamberry is magical. It's because if you push yourself through those comfort zones and those fears, then you find the personal growth and the self-esteem on the other side. Okay? Jamberry is not a magical potion, all right? But it is a great ingredient to these things. So I want everybody to get out a piece of paper and a pencil, and maybe some of you already have that notebook that I mentioned earlier to get, but definitely grab a piece of paper and a pencil, because right now I want you to think of 3 people who could benefit from the gifts of Jamberry. So these are the gifts: financial freedom, flexible schedule, friendships, recognition, personal growth, and self-esteem. I'm going to give everybody 1 minute to think of 3 people. Okay? This could be a hostess, this could be a best friend, this could be somebody who has never even tried the product. I was going back through and thinking about where most of my recruits came from, and most of my recruits have come from people who have never tried the product. And that is because after I had that aha moment about sharing, I just started sharing, and it became more about this amazing opportunity than it ever did about a nail lab. So, all right, the minute is almost up, and so you've got those 3 people, and you've written them down. Now I want you to write down their names and why you think it would help them. So you see these 3 things over here, these 5 things over here. What are the reasons why you chose them? So write that down next to their name. So I'll give you about 30 seconds to do that. Okay, now, wrong. Okay, now I want you to, you've thought about why Jamberry would help them. Now think about why they would be good at being a Jamberry consultant. Okay, so I contacted somebody this week, and I told her that I thought she would be a great consultant because she is so hardworking and dedicated. But maybe somebody you know is very outgoing, or great at fashion, or everybody loves their opinion, or they're go-getters, or, I mean, there's a million reasons why somebody might be good. So write down their name, why you think Jamberry would help them, and then why you think they would be good at it. And then the final step is that you are going to contact them, whether it be phone call, text message, or Facebook message, and you are going to say that to them, okay? You are going to say something along the lines of, okay, say the person's name is Sandy. Hey, Sandy, I've been thinking about you and about how Jamberry could really help your life, or change your life, or add to your life, or whatever you want to put in there. I know that you're going through this, whatever it is. I know that you need money for your daughter's tap shoes, or I know that you've been looking to make some new friends, okay? If you don't feel comfortable saying that, then you could say, I think Jamberry would be good, and it has done this for me, and I think it could do that for you, if you don't feel comfortable bringing up examples in their life. And then move on and say, I know that you would be a great consultant because I'd be right here to help you, and people listen to what you say, or people really like you, or you're such a hard worker, or whatever it is that you had written down. And then say, my team is having an event where you can come check out what it's like to be a consultant. There is no pressure here. It's very open group. You can see all sorts of questions from all sorts of people, and I would really love it if you took a look at it. Would you like to take a look at it? And the person could tell you no, and that's okay. But you need to think of 3 people that you can do this with, okay? Now, if one of those is a hostess, that's fine, but you need to invite 3 people to the Look and See event. Okay, so now I just want to ask really quick, who actually thought of 3 people and did this right now? I mean, you don't have to do the inviting them to the thing, but okay. All right, so that is how, what I'm sharing with you here first is my #1 source of recruiting, #1. This is where the majority of my recruits come from. That's just the way it is. So I would like to expand myself to many other ways, and that's why all the team managers are going to share, because there's so many different ways. So there you go. So that's the sharing. It's about them. It's not about you. And if you come from your heart in a giving manner, you're going to find out that it's a lot easier to recruit when you're focusing on them instead of you. So now on to attitude. Attitude. All right, enthusiasm is contagious. All right, I know that usually when I talk to somebody and they have a whole bunch of recruits, it is because they are on fire and they are excited. And they are letting everybody know they are excited, and they are not hiding their enthusiasm. They are letting that sparkle shine everywhere. So be excited about the opportunity. Being excited about the nail wraps is not the same. You need to be excited about the opportunity. Your excitement about the nail wraps will get you sales and parties. Your excitement about the opportunity will get you having people interested in the opportunity. All right? Our products are amazing, but the opportunity is just as amazing, and it is more life-changing. All right? So please keep that in mind. You need to be as equally excited about the opportunity that lays out there than the nail wraps. Okay? So do not be afraid to share what you've gained from Jamberry. This is a mistake that I continue to make, and I'm trying really hard to correct. I only share on occasion. But did Jamberry get you something tangible that you could show others? A new car, a house payment, friendships. Please do not post your paycheck. That is obnoxious. But independence, vacation, are you debt-free, a new carpet, a tank of gas? Let people know. Let people know that you've gained confidence, friendship, you know, all the non-tangibles too. Let them know. All right? And here's an easy way to let them know that you're really excited. Okay? Just about Jamberry in general. Post pictures of your manicures. I do not feel like enough people on this team post pictures of their personal manicures. I have not posted as many recently because my camera on my phone is broken, so I have to go through a lot of extra steps to make that happen. But when it's not broken, I am posting every single one every single time. And I have had people want to join my team because they said they had seen so many cute nail pictures, they just couldn't take it anymore. All right? So, post on your personal page, not your business page. I mean, you can post on your business page, but post on your personal page. And don't say, oh, these are pretty, who wants to buy them? Say, I am so in love with these are amazing. And don't even mention your website. Okay? Don't even mention it. Just mention that you love it. Okay, there's a time and a place for selling, and your manicure picture is not one of them. Okay, so that is attitude. Be enthusiastic. Wear your wraps. If, let's say that you go to church every single Sunday, or you go to a ladies group every Thursday night, or in my case, I go to gymnastics with Lillian on Wednesdays and then ballet with Lillian on Wednesday afternoons, I always have my Jamberry on when I go to these things. Always. Because I'm going to see a lot of women, and I want them to see my nails every time and think that they are so cute, so that when I mention Jamberry, they are going to say, oh, is that what you have on your nails? I've been wanting to try it, because that is what happened today. So don't ever go out of the house with naked nails. If you can help it. I get that that happens. But if you're going to an event, a wedding, you're going to see lots of people, you're missing out on opportunities, and you're saying that you don't even have the time or care to put on your own product. But yet you're asking yourself why no one's joining your team or booking parties. Let's get real. This is a very real training session. So that could be one of the reasons why. Let's see. So let's go on to asking. Asking is not begging. All right. We have reached maximum number of attendees. So that's pretty crazy. All right, no begging. This is an opportunity. All right? This is an opportunity for them. You devalue the opportunity when you beg someone to join your team. You could be doing them a favor by changing their life. Remember that. Don't ever beg. Come from a place of service and talk to them about what it could do for them. Do not beg them to join your team. And don't say something snotty like, well, you'll regret it later. So, sorry. Even though that's tempting. All right. So, here's how, and asking is not hinting. You can drop hints, plant seeds, but eventually you gotta ask. And I got these 2 tips straight from Jennifer Harmon, our business development director. And statistically speaking, when she uses question number 2, 8 times out of 10, the person joins. So the first one is, on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you at with joining? If she says, I'm a 7, or I'm a 2, or I'm a 9, then you say, how can we get you to a 10? And then she will open up to you, you will know the obstacle, and then you can help her overcome that because this is her first fear and you're finding it out. All right, question number 2. This puts it in the mindset that this is an opportunity and not something you're buying at a store. When do you want to start earning your first Jamberry paycheck? Ask her that. Don't ask her when does she want to buy. Sorry. Okay. Don't ask her what she wants to buy. You're asking her if she wants an opportunity. So present it like that. It is an opportunity. We get paid 5 times a month, all right? So that's the asking layer. Now, who do you ask? Every hostess. When you get to the part where she's earned the kit, you ask, no matter what. I don't care if she already told you no. She might not have realized this because she is not a consultant yet. She may have forgotten. And say, hey, you get 50% off your kit. You get 25% off your kit. You can sign on. You know, so-and-so already wanted a party. There you go. All right? Okay. So don't ever not say that to your hostesses. It's a very good lead-in, and neither one of you are going to feel like it was pushy. How do you ask a customer? Customers, it will be pushy if you say, do you want to join my team? No. Just say, would you like information on joining my team? Or starting your own business, or making money for your daughter's dance class, which I just realized today at dance class that there was like extra hundreds of dollars going on. And that's why dance class got in here a lot. So I was like, I am glad I have Jamberry because this is ridiculous. So ask every hostess. Who do we ask? All right, relationships. And this is the final layer, and that is connect with your recruit leads on a personal level. Talk with them at least once a month and bring them something of value or something personal. Okay, so what do I mean by that? Don't send this message. Are you ready to join? That is annoying, that is pushy, and that is obnoxious. All right? Now you on the inside feel that way, and that is okay. But what we do is we shove down that crazy person, and we take a deep breath, and we think of how could I phrase this without sounding like I'm pushy. And here's a great way to start a conversation. Did you see our new catalog? No, I haven't. Would you like me to send one? Yes, I would. Then you send it. Then she gets it. Then you say, did you get the new catalog? What did you think? Wouldn't it be fun to sell those? There you go. Lead in. All right, lead in. Same. Did you see our new license wrapped? The sister style reminds me of you. Or there's nothing Jamberry related going on that you can associate to her. Stalk her Facebook page and just tell her something, okay? Spark up that conversation once a month, okay? Because you're going to show that you care as a person, because I believe that you do, and then she will know that you do, okay? And you are making her a priority, and I promise you, not everybody is making her a priority, and that feels good. All right? So there we go. That is the layers. So write down what you provide in that notebook. We talked about the notebook. Write down that person's name and what you talked to her about. Just a quick note in the month that you did it, or you can do your notebook by months, and then you'll know who you've talked to. I would suggest doing it by person. That's just, I think it would be better. But whatever works for you. So next is, this is not going next. There we go. Okay, so, hold on. I don't know what happened. But let me get down here because I got one more thing, a couple more things to go over, and then the team managers are going to share. Okay, tools. I think people cannot get in and they're messaging me. Yes, the event is full. So, tools beyond the layers. Your join page on your website is a great tool to use. It has a Q&A. You do not have to worry about what you have to send them. Just send them to that page and tell them that there's an FAQ at the bottom. You don't have to know anything. Opportunity calls. We do these every single week. Every single week. Okay, people are taking, for instance, I want to tell you this right now. Jill Edquist takes time out of her schedule to do an opportunity call for, let's say, Liz Benham's team, of which she gets paid zero money on, right? Okay? There are people on this team who are taking time to help you, and they do not even make money off of you. These opportunity calls are phenomenal. And you should be offering them to every single recruit lead you have. We have one a week. Either me, Kristen, or Jill are doing them. And Kristen, same thing. She does them for everybody too. So please, please use them. Statistically speaking, 40% of people who go on the op call join. Okay, statistics are fun. I like them. The other thing that is a tool is the look and see events. We have one going on right now. I suggest that you get in it. It is inspiring even if, I'm posting it again right here, even if you are already on the team, it is very inspiring. I've been inspired a lot. And there's going to be people in there who are going through things that your recruit leads are going through that they can relate to, that maybe you can't relate to and they can speak to. Oh, Cassie Duncan said that the opportunity call is what got her to join. Clearly that was mine. I'm just kidding. Sorry. Anyway, humor. All right, so I'm sorry I'm talking so fast, but I know the team managers have a lot of value to share too. Oh, Samantha said, and Marcy, and yeah, so there's a lot of people who the opportunity calls helped. Okay, so next is, I think just one more thing. Is that it? No, what to put in the join packet. So somebody wants to join your team. What do you put in the recruiting packet? I'm going to be honest with you. It really doesn't matter. You could put a shoestring in there, and I'm not kidding. What matters? That you send them something so that you can follow up with them, so that you can ask them about that and use the layers, the relationship building, the asking, the following up. That's what matters, not what's in an envelope that they get in the mail. That doesn't matter. That is not going to make somebody join your team. I promise you, because I have sent out probably 12 different types of recruiting packets, and the ones that had the most gifts in them were the worst, and the ones that was like a host join and I just said, hey, let's get on the phone, that worked better than anything. So it doesn't matter. What matters is that you're contacting them and asking them about it. That's it. The other thing that I would like to say to those of you who are new, you do not need to wait until you know it all to start recruiting. That's why your sponsor gets paid an extra 5% on your front line. She is there to help you. All right, so this little thing says you don't need to be great to start. You need to start to be great, and that's true. I have been on too many calls with girls in their first 30 to 45 days who try to tell me that they want to get to know everything, and then they're going to recruit, and I would tell y'all, just like I tell them, that is a mistake. Do not do that. Couple things. You're never going to know everything. And secondly, you are super excited. This is a great time in the beginning, and it is very beneficial for you to get somebody right away because you can start team building and learning together. And when you have somebody else bosom buddying it with you, it's way better than when you're alone. And then just the final thing that I have to say is that opportunity is everywhere. It's right at your fingertips. Yeah, wear your wraps, okay? Comment on someone, this happened to me today, okay, swear. Comment on someone else's pretty nails to strike up a conversation. And now she wants a sample and asks me if I do catalog parties. I'm like, yes, of course I do. I do any party you want. I don't say no to any type. So this is the other thing. This sounds silly, but I don't really care. It works. And I know other people do it. Practice handing your credit card over like this, or taking receipts like this, or talking like this. I am not kidding you. Make sure they see your nails. If you wear lacquer, at least put a clear accent wrap on it. And if your toes are showing, they better have jams on them. So, yeah, Amber Parnell says she does it too. So, yeah, present yourself. Present your product. That's all that I have to say. And if you could look at, this will be available later with me talking and with just the presentation. Both ways. So I am going to go ahead and open it up to the team managers. And then team managers, I love you, but once you're done talking, can you get off so that way somebody else can come on? All right, first things first. Erica, she's our newest team manager and she gets to go first. Erica, I'm going to unmute you. Hello. Just give me a second here.
Okay. Hi, I was hoping I wouldn't have to go first.
Hold on.
Can you hear?
What? Can we hear? Oh, my volume's not up. I'm an idiot. Eric. Hold on. Hold on. There. There we go.
I look like I'm in a... I look like I'm in the darkness. No, the one behind me. I was hoping I wouldn't have to go first. Can everybody hear me?
Yes. Well, it's your initiation.
Oh, apparently. Make me feel just about as awkward as I can. First off, here's my jams. My husband told me I should talk like this so everybody could see them. So, my only quick little tip was just to stay genuine, I think. The biggest thing that's helped me, I've only been with Jamberry since late November, and I was so excited about how fast it took off that I think, I'm so genuine with everybody that I talk to. I want to present the opportunity to them in a way that's relatable. Not everybody is looking just to make some extra money. Some people need some community. Some people just want a task that they can accomplish. I mean, for me, I think my most exciting thing was that I was good at this, that I didn't think I would be good at it. You know, there was so many women in my group with under Amber. That was so great. I mean, having that community is so important, and I mean the extra money is awesome too. But for me, I think it's so important that I'm genuine with everybody. You know, people are going to know if you're just throwing out a one-size-fits-all sales and recruiting speech. You know, I think it's important to just be yourself and talk genuinely about where, you know, the business has brought you and what your favorite parts are. Don't just copy-paste everything exactly. I think it's important to be true to who you are, and that's my tip.
That's good.
Is my initiation done?
Your initiation is over.
Okay.
That's really going to make everybody want to hit team manager right there.
I've been going to go first, so sorry.
I think next up on the totem pole, well, I don't think Teresa's here. I think she might be next up, but I don't think she's in here. No, she wasn't able to make it. Jamie, you're up next. As I believe you're next in the what is this? No, I don't take it to that. Jamie. Hold on, I have to like probably unmute you or something. There's a lot of people in here. Jamie. La la la. Jamie? You're unmuted. Are you on the phone?
I'm on my computer.
I didn't know if you had a webcam. That's all.
Yeah, you ready?
Yeah, bring it.
Okay. Oh, good. I'm not on camera, so I can talk from my note cards, and you guys can't even see. I was recruited for Jamberry from a Facebook party. I was one of the weird lurkers who didn't join, so I was just watching from the sidelines. My sponsor was posting really pretty pictures of jam cures, and I was like, girl, I love painting my nails. So I knew that I could sell it because it was something that I would love wearing, and so I love the product. So that's how I always look at it when I'm looking for people to join my team. I'm looking for people who love the product. Secondly, because I'm a teacher, I am looking for people who are looking for recognition. I'm looking for people who are creative and hardworking. And then, like Monica mentioned before, I'm talking to them about how those skills will help them be successful in this, get the recognition that they want, that they're not getting from the job that they're doing right now. And that's how I am building my dream team.
Awesome.
Okay, that's it.
Okay, that's great. That's great. Okay. And team managers, if I don't call your name, this is just who volunteered. So whenever I send out that big message, and if you missed the message, I'm sorry about that. You can still share, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so I got Jamie, I got Erica, and now from there, I don't even know. So let's go with Dana. I think she's next. Dana. Oh, sorry, everybody. I have to unmute everybody. La la. Dana, you're unmuted if you would like to speak.
All right. Hey, I just got on, so thanks for the help from that previous message conversation. They were very helpful. They were going, get on now. Well, I did. I mean, I have been on probably not even 30 seconds.
Oh, my goodness.
So I'm not sure what all has been said, but you wanted me to share about recruiting from Facebook party? Okay. One thing that I look for in most of my business that I've started, that since I started in July of 2013, most of my business is online events. And you learn to read your hostess / customers and attenders on that. And so you, as many of you know, when you have them, you can tell who really loves the nails. And I just kind of put a little bit here, a little bit there, a little message like, I really enjoy doing this. It's so much fun. We get paid to have pretty nails type thing. And then one thing I wanted to share was a mystery hostess party. That seemed to be the thing for me that really kick-started my team. I think I had 6 on my team. I'd been doing it for almost a year. But I had this mystery hostess, and I put everything I had into that event. Prizes and just fun, and it was great sales, and I got 2 recruits off of that event, and it seemed like from then it started snowballing. Another thing that I wanted to share too was the sneak peek on our team pages. Those have been really good for me. I'll put on there, if anyone's interested, I'd like to ask you to sneak peek at my team so you can see the back side. And one of my most recent recruits said, I'm interested, and it was the hostess. And I didn't know she was interested. I was giving it to the whole team. So those are just some of my tips. The sneak peek works really well because they can come and see what's going on and your awesome team you have, and then the mystery hostess worked really well. That's what I got.
Love it. I like what you brought up about getting to know the people in the Facebook party and recognizing that they are really excited about the products. So I do have a follow-up question.
Okay.
You then message them privately and say, have you been thinking about this? Or, oh, I think you'd be good. Or how do you spark that conversation with them?
Yeah, I had that written on my notes and I missed that one. So,
no problem.
Yes, I definitely send them a personal message. And I always say that they got the #1 qualification that I consider someone should have to be a Jamberry consultant, and that is that they have to love Jamberry nails. And I said, so you've already got that one taken care of. Now we can move on to the next reason why you should be a consultant, whether it's, and then I give all the different reasons. So yes, I just don't hit them over the head in that personal message about it, but just kind of give them the idea. Tell them about the opportunity calls, the sneak peek, but definitely about the opportunity calls as well. Those are amazing.
Great. And I am going to ask you if you could post, or just message me actually, like what you would send in a personal Facebook message, just to kind of so everybody can see it too. And I'll share that later. But would you mind doing that, Dana? Would that be
Okay, sure.
Yeah, just, pretend like I'm just somebody. Whatever. It can be random.
Okay.
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 Okay, thank you. That was really great. All right, so next up I think that we have Amanda. So Amanda, let me unmute you because I apparently don't unmute people. Sorry. Here we go, Amanda. Amanda, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now we can. Can we see your necklace?
Can you hear me?
Your necklace. Can you hear us?
Hi, I can hear you. Okay. Well, if I show you my necklace, you're going to see my cleavage, so...
Can you lift it up?
Bam!
You could have lifted up the necklace, you goober.
This is the most awesomest thing ever. It is our... I'll go closer. It is the new TM. The Team Manager Recognition Necklace. I'm a jewelry fanatic. And it looks kind of like Stella or Dot. It's gorgeous. I love it. I have not taken it off. So, very, very cool. I'm actually messaging somebody right now from Monica's Little Challenge, just so everybody knows. I am messaging a person that I've known since elementary school. She's never bought a jam from me. She has not even liked any of my Jamberry posts. And she's telling me she's going for her master's next year, and she wants to sell. Good job. Thank you, Monica.
High five. Camera high five.
I know. High five. Woo! I'm plugging in my computer because, of course, it's going dead. Give me a second. My biggest tip is basically don't dismiss somebody's why. Basically, don't judge a book by its cover. I am one of those people, all women are, you go to a party, you see the person who has a $200 purse, and you're like, oh, she doesn't want to sell jams, or you hear the mom talk about, oh, this kid here, I got to do this and this, and you're like, oh, she doesn't have the time. Don't ever, ever, ever do that, because you do not know somebody's why to get into this business. Everybody has a why, so make sure you pay attention and ask everybody at a party. I'm going to talk about my story. When I went to my first Jamberry party, I was in a very pissy mood because my sister-in-law told me to come in my pajamas. We were going to get ready. Yeah, just so everyone sees, Monica is pointing to herself because Monica was the hostess. So I walk in some nasty tights and a sweatshirt, and my hair is not done. I have no makeup. I walk into a brunch, full on, women dressed up, we are having drinks, there is quiche. Like, I was so freaking mad that I could barely speak to Monica, let alone my sister-in-law. I wanted to totally wring her neck at this point. So Monica's at the party, and she's talking, and I am totally not listening to her. I honestly put something on. I'm pretty sure I made some nasty comments about Jamberry and not thinking it was the coolest thing ever. And Monica said, hey, you guys, I have to leave for my son's basketball game. And I literally went, see you, bye, and was like, have fun, don't worry. Because in my head I was thinking, thank God that lady's leaving and I never have to buy anything. Like, super score. Yes. And she left. And I went upstairs and got ready and bitched to my sister-in-law over and over again how she was horrible. And we went to the winery and forgot about it. I actually went to a concert that night. 4 days later, I am at work and somebody's like, what is on your nails? Okay? And guess what? I teach preschool. I play in dirt for a living, seriously. And that Jamberry was perfect, and the polish was all chipped up. So I was kind of like, oh, well, that's a good thing. That's kind of cool. My sister-in-law called me and said, hey, if you buy one jam, I go up, one jam, I go up a level. So Amanda, if you spend $15, I'll pay your shipping. Spend $15 and I can get another prize and I'll split it with you. And I was like, fine, I will buy your good Jamberry, blah, 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 and I got it. Guess what, you guys? That one Jamberry, the next week when I finally got it, turned into every single person at work asking to buy Jamberry. So I put an order in on Monica's website for over $100. I think it was. Like, I collected the money. I did everything. Monica didn't even know who I was. She's like, who's that crazy lady? Who are you? Sure, first phone call. And I'm like, yeah, I'll join. This is awesome. Because no, you just don't know. The point of this story, because my team is like, oh my God, we've heard this so many times. But the point of this story is you have no idea what somebody's why is. My why at that time was gas was $70 a tank last year. My son is in everything. I was filling up my tank every 3 days. So in my head, I'm like, okay, if I have one party a month, that's going to be, if I can kind of get around active, that's a tank of gas. So for me, that was like huge and life-changing, like, oh my God, a free tank of gas. That was my why. My why has changed. I will say that. It changes all the time. But the people on my team have several different whys. We've had a why for vacation. We've had a why that is to buy a minivan. We've even had a why to finalize adoption. Mm-hmm. If I hadn't talked to her, I would not have known that. I didn't know she adopted somebody. I didn't even know she was in the process of adoption when she signed on to be a hostess to help her friend because her friend hosted before her. You don't know why. So I'm just going to tell you guys right now, do not judge any single person at your party. Do not sit there and put up roadblocks in your head because you are judging them. And I think that's a hard thing for women because we always do that. We always sit there and think, she's not going to want to, she's too busy, she's this. Don't ever, ever do that. Every single person has a why. You just need to find out what their why is. So talk to everybody, ask everybody, and like everyone else has been saying, get personal with people. Find out what their why is. The why that I'm talking to right now, I didn't even know she's going for her master's. I didn't even know she was doing this. I messaged her the little, like, hey, the same script that we talked about, messaged her, and she's like, hey, next year when I go for my master's and I'm cutting back on work, this would be perfect. What? Didn't even know she was going. But now I know her why. And guess what? She will sign, and we're going to talk to it, and I'm going to make sure that I help pay for her bills while she's going in school. So I'm going to do that with books. How many books do you need? How many parties do we need to have? Let's get this going. So that's my big spiel. My team is all probably rolling their eyes right now because I say it all the time. And Adam even talked about it in the video. I mean, what a touching why. That somebody got out of a domestic violence situation. You don't know. So just keep that in your head every time you're doing parties, ladies, okay? And then you can get an awesome team manager necklace. I'm doing my jam, sorry. I'm looking down the whole time because I'm doing it. But then you get a team manager necklace that's awesome and it's gorgeous and I wear it all the time. And I am going to recruit a whole bunch because I'm literally doing this. Have you seen this? Did you guys see my bling? Look what Jamberry gave me. Why did Jamberry give this to me? Oh, because I am good and awesome. And because
Sure, say it just like that.
That's what I say. Bam, I'm awesome. That's why. So, all right, I'm going to sign off so other people can get on.
Okay.
See ya.
Bye. Okay, that was Amanda. And now we're going to move on down to Elizabeth. No, Susie. Susie's up next. Susie, are you around? Are you on the call? Amanda, we can still see your face. Hold on just a second, Susie. I haven't unmuted you yet because that's a mute Amanda because she...
I'm totally froze. Can you hear me?
Yes. We can hear her.
I don't know because now my tongue's out. Look at that lovely picture that froze.
Oh my gosh, this is freaking hilarious. Okay, we'll get Susie on. I at least muted Amanda. All right. There we go.
Hello.
Hi.
A little nervous. All of a sudden I got really nervous. I don't know why. But here are my jams. Kind of hard to see them. Destiny and Whisper, loving Whisper right now. But Erica kind of took a little bit of mine. I was going to talk about hot buttons, not hot spots. That's Wi-Fi. Someone's hot buttons. Like she's like, you know, it's also been said, you never know what someone's hot button is, whether they need to make money or they just want time out. But also, you never know when their right time is. I've got somebody in our Look and See event right now who I started talking to a year ago, and she was not ready at the time. She's hosting a party in May, so even though all this is going on in April, she wants to wait and see how the party goes because she's from out of town and yada, yada, yada. But just because it's not the right time now doesn't mean it won't be 6 months or a year from now. So listen to people, talk to them, you know, find out what's going on in their lives, keep in touch with them, and, you know, maybe down the road it'll become the right fit.
Very good. That is right, and that's why I think that when I talked about having a system to follow up with and why you ask when are you ready to get your paycheck, both you and Amanda is sitting there saying the same exact thing, which is awesome. It's about what they need and when they need it. And if you're always looking, then sometimes your needs meet up with somebody else's needs and you get that recruit that you're looking for. Do you happen to have a system for follow-up, Susie, or?
Like you, it's in my head.
Yeah,
so.
just I would say not a good place to keep it because I do miss things. I miss things. I almost missed Amanda signing on to my team because I was keeping everything in my head. So I suggest that you get a 90-cent 3-ring or 90-cent spiral notebook and just write somebody's name at the top of the page, and then you can just go and flip through that same notebook. The problem for me is I have it written in 25 notebooks because I have a problem. I have lots of notebooks. But write it in one notebook, and then you can just flip through and be like, oh, yeah, Susie. Oh, yeah, Amanda. Oh, yeah, Kristen. Oh, I haven't talked to Jill. I wonder. And just go through that once a month and talk to the people. That's my suggestion. So, and just because we're team managers or premier executives or lead executives or whatever we are does not mean that we don't have things we need to work on, right?
I know I have a lot to work on.
So I would like for everybody to know, just because you make a high rank does not mean that you have it all figured out, because you don't. Case in point. Okay, is that all you got? All right, cool. Okay, we'll go on to the next person is Liz, or as y'all know her, Elizabeth. And I'm going to scroll up and unmute her, and if she's on here. Wait, are you me, Liz, or are you? Wait, no, you're here. Okay, you're unmuted.
I was just going to say I got to go, so sorry.
Like,
timing was bad.
what? You got to go?
Yeah, I got to go.
Okay.
Yep. All right, bye.
Okay. She is in a 3-hour time zone different than us, so things are not as quiet around her house. Okay. What Liz told me she was going to share about, though, is a little bit what I hit on earlier with the relationship building, is that keep in contact with your customers, keep in contact with your hostesses as much as you can, and it doesn't always have to be about Jamberry. Just keep in contact with them and build that relationship. I am sure that y'all are seeing some themes here, relationship building being one of them. And she was going to have some examples about how she did that, but that was what her topic was going to be, too. So I guess that'll move to Kelly. Okay. Wait, I unmuted Kristen. Hold on. Okay, Kelly is unmuted.
Hello. I'm actually going to go over recruiting at events and actually something else. But first, I want to talk about recruiting at events. Most of y'all have heard about the $500 question. They talk about that with training. And if you're doing like a sample station, which I'll give an example at MOPS, while we apply the samples, I would ask, and I would tell them ahead of time, I'm going to ask you a few questions. What would you do with $500 a month? And they tell me, usually it's, oh, I'd save it. And I'm like, oh, okay, that makes total sense. What would you do with $500 a week? Then they start getting, well, man, I could get a new car. And I'm like, oh, wow, what kind of car would you get? They just say, well, they start telling them, you learn more about them. And you start, I'm getting ready to tell you why you need to listen, and then you respond. Then you start talking about $500 a day. Oh, gosh, they can't, that kind of blows their mind. But those are the 3 questions that are on the party cards, that are in some of the trainings, the Belinda trainings, because it starts opening with the possibility of what they can make, and then you end with, well, people on our team make $500 a month, $500 a week, $500 a day, which is mind-blowing. And the main important thing that you have to understand, and I actually wrote this like twice on my notes, is when they give you an answer, you need to listen and respond. Because if you just say, and $500 a week, and no, you need to listen to their answer and respond to them. And be like, oh, wow, what kind of vacation, where? Oh, Italy? Oh my gosh, I would really like to go to Ireland or Greece, and kind of open that line of communication so that they know you are actually listening to them. And stay connected. Don't go to somebody else. And so be in the moment and kind of form that connection with them, and they will remember you for that. And also during the event, have fun. MOPS is a huge event, and Monica and Laura and Kristen can tell you we can have tons of people, and you have to have, even if you're stressed, you have to have fun. Be like, oh, come on, we had people lining up. Oh, come on, have fun. If they see that you're stressing out and that you're worried, they're like, oh, I can't do this. I don't want to do this. But if you are having fun and you're just kind of relaxed, and they're like, wow, they're with friends, they're enjoying themselves, I want to do this. So that's kind of, when it comes to events, it can be very crazy. But if you look like you're having fun, because you are having fun, because you're hanging out with other Jam Sisters, then they're going to want to do that too. I also want to talk to you guys about random recruiting. I'm not sure, I guess Amanda is a random recruit, but random recruit, basically at least 50% of people who you see, who you talk to, are going to ask, what you do for a living. Let's say, you haven't talked to Angela for 3 or 4 months, and she's going to say, what have you been up to? That is your opportunity for your 30-second commercial. So I'm not sure how many people have done the Jamboree University, but they go over your 30-second commercial. And, it's like, I work from home, I have a team of, so many, amazing women, I work nights, and it consists of hanging out with people just like you, showing them how to have great nails like this, and show them your nails, and make a girls' night out of it. And it's great because I'm getting paid and have a girls' night out, and most of all, this money is going to paying off my son's private school and so much more. Now, that's less than 30 seconds, because I think it's like 15 seconds, and that's great because you're telling them what you do, how much fun it is, how easy it is, you work from home, something that they can do as well, and what you're doing with the money. So, and that's kind of what's important, is always have your 30-second commercial. And if you haven't done that Jamboree University lesson, start working on that now, because that is a great tool that we were given through Jamboree, and it is amazing.
You know what lesson
it goes
it
from,
is?
I think it's lesson 4.
Okay.
I'm not sure if anybody remembers for sure, but I believe it's lesson 4. And also I have 3 tips for all of you ladies, and the 3 tips are, Monica already mentioned it, you have to wear your nails. And it seems like a no-brainer, but some of you wear your nails maybe, 2 weeks out of the month, and this is your business. I talk with my hands all the time. My husband actually makes fun of me because I'm always like, oh yeah, oh my gosh, oh. But he makes fun of me, but I've learned to talk more with my hands, and people comment on me like, oh my gosh, let me see your hands. They pull my hands through the windows at Starbucks and everything because I'm constantly talking with my hands and handing them my card, like, oh, here you go. And that's what you need to do because this is your business. So if you don't wear your product, why should you expect somebody else to wear your product? And second tip is always have an eye-catching nails on. Even if it's just an accent nail, if you are just wearing like all solids, people are going to think that's just nail polish. If you're wearing French tips, once again, they're going to think you just had it done at a salon. You know, it's okay to wear that, but have an accent now that's like eye-catching, whether it's the graphic or the animal print. Have something where they're like, oh, well, what do you have there? It's like, oh, well, it's Janberry. And then you always know when somebody doesn't know what Janberry is because they get like, oh, you never heard of Janberry? No. And then you give, you know, you always have two, 30-second commercials on what have you been up to or what are you doing and what is Janberry. But if you don't have nails that aren't noticeable, like the stripes or the graphic, then no one's going to know what they are. They're just going to think they're regular nail polish. My third tip is have your business cards on you at all times and put them in something, whether it be like a little like coin purse so that they're not all crumbly and messy, and have a sample on them. Whether you do the one sample or the sheet of samples, have a business card, have a sample, and have a catalog. Now, there's a reason why. For one, someone's going to ask you about what you do. You have a business card, you have your contact information. Oh, here's a sample. Then you start talking about all the great products. Oh, here's a product. Oh, you want a catalog? Great. You know what? There's a sample on here, but I have a great application video. Let me go ahead and get your email address so I can write it, so I can send it to you. Here's a great part. Get a sticky note. Mine has my name and address on there, but you can use like a neon sticky note. Have them write their first and last name if you don't know them, because some people like me have Quinn Mama, and my first name is Kelly. So if someone writes Dear Quinn, they're talking to my car. So their first and last name and their email address. So it's on here. And he's like, here you go, and I'll send you that application video, and oh my gosh, you're just going to love these designs. Now basically all of our new Janberry trainers are going to say you need to retain their information. Not just give yours, but retain theirs, because the likelihood of them actually contacting you is very slim. But you can contact them like, here's the application video, and then a week later, so how that sample go, or two days later, whatever your follow-up method is. But you always want to retain their information. So those are my tips.
Okay. They're very good tips. I bet that there are some new ones for people too. So let's move right along. Jedi Mama is next. Jedi Mama. Okay, Jill, you're on. I think.
I'm unmuted. Do I have to shut off screen?
No. Mm-mm. You just talk.
Okay.
What? Did we lose her?
Hold on, sorry. I did that. I want to show you that I'm naked.
Yeah.
Because I was unprepared for today. But I will say that I'm naked because I have so much new Janberry coming in the mail that I'm waiting and waiting and waiting for my new Janberry to come. As soon as it gets here, it will be on. Okay, anyway, so I'm turning this off because it's very distracting. Okay, so Monica, when she put it out that she asked all of us to talk, I was like, no, I'm not talking. I always talk. And I totally was not going to talk. But
always.
I found it really interesting because at the beginning of this meeting, when Monica said to write down 3 people that we could recruit, it kind of made me laugh because those of you who don't know who I am, I'm Monica, am I your first recruit? I'm your first recruit.
No.
Yes? No? Who's first?
Brandy, my sister-in-law, followed by 3 local.
We'll say one of the first. So
you, then Kristen. You're my first that's still around.
I have been around forever.
Yeah.
And so for Monica to say to me, think of 3 people, I laughed because I feel like I wanted to say, I mean, I did that a year and a half ago because, I'm at the point in my business where it's cold. It is a cold market for me. Like, I'm straight out cold calling, and it's a working part of my business. And so for me to just think of someone off the cuff that you know, needs the money or whatever, I've done that. I already have that recruit. I got that recruit a year ago. But anyway, but I did what she asked, and I was thinking really hard about who I could write down on my piece of paper, because I was trying to be a good, you know, listener and follower. And so anyway, I wrote this name down, and this girl who lives down the street from me, who I'm involved in a couple community groups with and such. But I had run into her a couple, I don't know, weeks ago, and she had actually given me the name of someone that she knew that might be interested in selling Jamberry or having a party or whatever. And I had reached out to this person that she had given me with no success, basically. I'd never heard anything back from this person because, you know, I was a stranger, basically, reaching out to her. And so I wrote her name down just a few minutes ago and was like, well, she might be somebody. And so I decided, as Monica was going over her layers talk, that I would send her a Facebook message and just kind of say, hey, you know, I reached out to your girl, and she never reached out to me. So I was just curious if you could, you know, help assist her out. And so anyway, I did that, and I wrote exactly that. And she wrote back and said, no, I'm not going to call her. I'm just going to enjoy my damn self. That was the exact message. And I was like, what? This lady's been up the street from me for 2 years. She's been to 5 million parties of mine and has never once, ever shown any interest about Jamberry. Like, she's bought a couple things from me, but like it's one of those things where I never see her with Jamberry on, and she's just never had any interest. But I think it goes back to that whole thing of you can't underestimate where someone is and the space that they're in and what they might be going through personally, that this might be the right time for them. So anyway, I went from this morning thinking to myself, man, I sure would like to have a recruit in April, to listening to Monica tell me I need to write 3 people down and laughing. And now I have somebody who's joining tomorrow, which is hysterical. So anyway, I think my takeaway from this is, as you continue your business and you're, you know, going through and you have different phases of this business, which there is definitely different phases, there's always people around you and probably right under your nose. And I don't think that I will ever get too old for that I need to step back sometimes and look at the people that are right under my nose, because they'll probably want to be on my team. Anyway, all right, that's my story.
That's a good story. Well, I'm going to move on to Kristen. Thank you, Jill, for sharing. You always share, even when you say you're not going to, which I love, because it wouldn't be a meeting without Jill sharing. She's been around for 2 years with me, as has Kristen. They were not my very first recruits, but they were my very first recruits who cared. And I had to get to number 5 and number 6 before I found 2 people who'd stick with it. So remember that, right? And they're my 2 biggest leaders, and I wouldn't be here without them, and I don't know if I would continue if they weren't here, because I love them that much. So anyway, what the heck? Why am I crying? This is stupid. Okay, moving on. Now I make Kristen cry. Okay, here we go. Kristen, what do you got for us?
Stop it. Stop. Okay, so first thing I want to do is show y'all my notebook, and I love it. Okay, this is my notebook right here. So anyway, y'all that have gone to regional or whatever might have seen me talk about the Party to Go, and if you haven't, a Party to Go is a little bag like this one. Okay, it's just a little bitty bag that I got for like $1 at Michael's, and I put an application kit, a heater, an indulgence hand cream, and now I just recently added a cuticle remover pen and a cuticle oil pen, and Hostnoin catalog and order forms. And I give this to my hostesses so that they have a party on the go. And what a party on the go's purpose is for that hostess to be comfortable enough to apply the jams to herself, and she can take this party to go to others and show them, you know, if they say, oh, I can't come to your party, you know, I'm busy, or, you know, I just don't do that party thing, that she goes, oh, great, well, guess what, there's an outlet right here, and I'm going to show you how to do a party in the bag, and, you know, a party to go, and it's really great. And the thing that's so awesome about it is you're actually training your hostess to be a consultant, and she doesn't know it. But she is having to step out of a comfort zone and show and educate her customers about Jamberry because she wants those sales. Now, I've done the party to go prior to my in-home parties, and I've also done it after the in-home parties. So if my hostess hasn't reached the amount of sales that she wants for her party, she can take it for, you know, a week after, or I will give it to them a week before. And it's really amazing, you guys. I mean, it works. And so then when you say, knock, knock, do you hear that? That's opportunity. And you know what? You just had an amazing party, and you've already done the hard part, which is educating people and teaching them and getting them excited about Jamberry. So this is something that I really think that people should try. Don't be afraid to ask them. Every hostess that I've had loves it. They absolutely love it. And I've also never had a problem getting my bag back because I have my hostess orders shipped to me, and the rewards are shipped to me, and they can't have them until I get my party in the bag back. So that's just my tip, and that's it, really.
That's a really great tip. And I think that it's something that can be applied across the board with your Facebook hostesses, your catalog party hostesses, and your in-home party hostesses. You can say to them, and Kelly Miller can attest to this, I said to her, you just did all the work, but I'm getting the commission. That's how easy this is. And when they see that, that's also a great opening. Well, you might want to be closer to the person when you mention the commission part, but I mean, don't say that part. Say, look at all this that you did, see how easy it was, and so-and-so wants to have a party. Want to do this? Just plant the seed, see what happens, and then ask if you can cultivate it. I have 2 more things to say, and then I'll be done. My tip that I'm going to give you, because I also have a tip, and it is ask for referrals. So say that you have a hostess and you know that she does not want to join, and she has voiced this to you. Yay, they'll do that sometimes. You can come to her and you can say, I am having this recruiting event, and I am looking to expand my network. Would any of your friends enjoy selling Jamberry, or do you think they could use it? And then talk to them about the gifts that Jamberry has given you and have given other people, and ask them if there's anybody in their life that they think would benefit from this. And you can get referrals that way. And I have gotten referrals to my team from that. And I don't know how many of them I've turned into recruits, but I've gotten recruit leads that way. So that's my tip, is always ask for referrals. Also ask for referrals from your best friend, your aunt, anybody who you're close to. Ask for referrals, and you'll be surprised what happens. And could happen kind of like what happened with Jill, where she said, hey, what do you think about this person? And then that person decided they want to join. And just to kind of round it out here, if you did not do the sharing and thinking of 3 people, I'm going to post that challenge onto Firestarters. All of your team managers or executives are on Firestarters, and they can snag that and share it with you on their pages. But as you saw, there is some value in that. And that is actually how I do the bulk of my recruiting, and that is how I got 3 of my 4 recruit leads for this month. And I would feel like I I should be 2 years in, going on 2.5. I should have hit a cold market. But one thing you have to remember about your life, and especially when Jamberry is changing it, you're constantly thrust into new networks and you're meeting new people, and your life is changing every 6 months probably. So you can go back through every 6 months and think about the sharing thing and think if there's somebody new you didn't think of before. And that is all I have to say. And thank you, everybody. I know that these trainings get a little long, but I hope they're all very valuable to you. And good luck and break a nail.